It's Wednesday, May the 3rd, 2017, and this is your Barbados Today afternoon update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. Topping the news at this hour, the privately owned public service vehicle sector has put demands for higher bus fares on hold. Vice President of the Alliance Owners of Public Transport, Charles Lane, tells Barbados Today they are pressing instead for duty-free tax concessions for the purchasing of new vehicles. Lane said operators are therefore hoping their request would be addressed in the upcoming budgetary proposals. Diabetics who plan to join the Grand Kadooment band parade on the road are being warned of the possibility of losing their feet if certain measures are not taken. Podiatrist Christine Nurse is recommending that revelers clean and clip their toenails and carefully select shoes for chipping on the streets. Speaking last night during a presentation on foot care at the Barbados Workers' Union headquarters, Nurse cautioned that if such measures are not taken, it would lead to injury where diabetics with poor circulation may lose their feet.
Trim nails before walks, hike, and crop over. Podiatrists know what I'm talking about. When you're going on a hike and when you're going walking, and you have long nails, they're going to stub against the top of the shoe. And you can end up with a blister, a blood blister under the nail. And when you're going to down the downspring garden at crop over time and you're chipping down the road, that constant chipping too can cause you to have a hematoma, a blister to the flesh underneath the nail rather. So you want to be aware of these small things that need to happen before you embark on your activities.
Organizations in Barbados and the region are in need of good leadership. This point was highlighted during a Virgin Group-led Business is an Adventure Leadership Conference at the Hilton Barbados Resort this morning. Chief Executive Officer of the Inspiration Lab, Scott Hilton Clark, said the state of leadership in the region was not at its best at the moment. In fact, he said employees were screaming out for good leadership.
And I would assert, actually, that most leaders should be concerned around purpose, relationships, competence, results, and future. Okay? So that's the assertion. But here's the problem. The problem is we tend to feel that we can directly manage these outputs. And it's actually not true, it's a myth. Because the truth is, if I want a good relationship with this person over here, I cannot manage that relationship. I have to manage my own behavior to produce that relationship.
Meanwhile, founder of the Virgin Group of Companies, Sir Richard Branson, said it was important for companies in the region to help solve the lingering economic, social, and environmental issues.
If you create a business that is doing a lot of good, you're creating jobs. A business that survives is only going to survive because it's making other people's lives better. So you're already on the right mission as a business for good. But once you're beginning to get it established, then I really believe that every single business in the world needs to be addressing other, wider problems. Because we leave the problems of the world to governments and the social sector. They can do so much, but they can't sort out all the world's problems.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Who calling? Get your yams and potatoes. Wait, my girl, how you want to see you for long?
I got how you keeping, but you don't sell the nation paper no more.
But that paper ain't selling. This months now I stop selling that. Look, one time I would have make a little dollar on the Sun. But when Sunday night, I still trying to get the weather there.
Well, you can't call that the Sun no more. You're going to call that Sunset News. No time that news stale.
People complain that them ain't got nothing in it to read, and the price keep going up all the time. A woman abused me so sick the other day, telling me that she does read Barbados today online for free. I can't take that abusing soul, so I switched to my potatoes and yams.
Well, let me tell you, if pork selling, you got to raise pigs. How much for the yams?
Oh, 75 cents a pound.
But that's cheaper than that stale news. Give me...
How much you want?
£1.
Only a pound? Anyhow, these eating real good. Let me wrap them up for you. Come.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
We are back with news from the region now. Trinidadian business tycoon Dr. Anthony Norman Sabda, who owns automotive and financial services companies in Barbados, is dead. Sabda was chairman emeritus of the Ansa Macal group of companies. In a release today, the Ansa Macal family described him as a leader, a visionary, and one of the greatest entrepreneurs of the 20th century. Sabda arrived in Trinidad from Syria in 1930 as a refugee. Ansa Macal has holdings in automotive, beverage, manufacturing and distribution, financial services, real estate and media, with well-known brands such as McInerney Motors, Carey Brewery, Amco, Bryden's Insurance, ABS, and Guardian Media Limited. In Trinidad, still 2 men are now in police custody after a multi-million-dollar drug bust. 13 kilograms of cocaine was found at a home in Davis Street, Arouca. Cuthbert Lee and Dave Scott were held by members of the counter-trafficking unit with the drugs and are assisting police in the investigations. The drugs have an estimated street value of $18 million. And on the international scene, British Prime Minister Theresa May has accused European politicians of making threats against her country to try to influence the general election result. The PM launched a stinging attack on what she called the bureaucrats of Brussels in a speech outside number 10 Downing Street after meeting the Queen. The election is set for June 8th.
The choice you now face is all about the future. Whoever wins on the 8th of June will face one overriding task: to get the best possible deal for this United Kingdom from Brexit. And in the last few days, we have seen just how tough these talks are likely to be. Britain's negotiating position in Europe has been misrepresented in the continental press. The European Commission's negotiating stance has hardened. Threats against Britain have been issued by European politicians and officials. All of these acts have been deliberately timed to affect the result of the general election that will take place on the 8th of June.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper email updates and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.